Hey people, Intro here to VB3 Faction War. This is Cassia Lutean Redux and Space Marines versus Eldar. For the blue Space Marine team, Crysis is an Apothecary support hero fighting in melee combat by default. Begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. The Dark Angels DLC recolored here. Alongside Adila with a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Ultramarines DLC, I think, yep. And rounding off the team, Inekura with a Force Commander. Very strong offense fighting in melee combat, but also tank, disrupt and support. Red team for the Eldar. We have this fella, translates I believe as Professor, playing a Warp Spider Exarch. Teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat. Great for capping and harassing with some powerful control. These scouts could be in a bit of trouble here. Trying to get on that central VP I guess. And they have to flee. Alongside Bestie, also known as Best Noob, with a Farseer. Support hero fighting in melee with some powerful buffs and control, just helps take down the Techmarine there. And rounding off the teams is Dark Riku with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. On the east side there's no natural VPs on this map, they run east to west. A cool map I think, doesn't seem played very often. I think people generally dislike the sheer size of it. This is the Redux version, which I believe removed a bunch of buildings and stuff that was in the way. Rangers on the way for Professor. The Techmarine is indeed revived by the Apothecary. Got a bunch of XP for it. Farseer is going to fall here from the sheer weight of Bolter Fire, I think. Got some Guardians dipping in. One of them does have battle equipment, so they could get a cheeky grenade maybe. Professor teleports back. Maybe they could come in and flank. This raised platform with the central VP is very dangerous. Anything that puts your units into a nice little clump like stairs is often a death trap in Dawn of War 2. But these are experienced players. They'll know all that stuff. Double Rangers for Professor. Shuriken on the way for Dark Riku. Does have Banshees, the only Eldar player to get Banshees in. Oh, they're dipping into the mid here, Dark Riku. Grenade was pretty good on Bestie's Guardians from those scouts. That was Inekura grenade there. Double tax for Inekura. More scouts for Adila. Nothing else up yet for Crysis. Oh, they do have a flamer though. Apothecary is decapping mid. Might see a mastercrafted bolter maybe. Yep, on the way for the Techmarine. Got shotguns as well. Farseer is back to their feet and runs away, revived by the Warp Spider Exarch. Triple Rangers coming up then for Professor. They are sniper infantry with some good support and utility, can disrupt from long range and infiltrate their buddies to hide them. Oh, Farseer wasn't running away. She was running forward to decap the wreck point, I think. They're building up this contested power here. The natural powers are in the four corners of the map. Shotgun blast on the Warp Spider's face. Can they get away? I don't think they can. Scout's doing well so far. Apothecary in trouble now. Goes down. Lots of downed heroes around this stairs. Lots of action around this contested power as well. Triple Rangers could be very annoying. Look at the damage that the Flamer was doing though to that blob of Guardians there. That was nasty. Grenades going in on the corpse of the Apothecary. Well, the twitching unconscious body of the Apothecary. Shotgun blast and run. Don't think the tax can stay in play here for very long. Taking Ranger shots. Taking Guardian Pew Pew. They're trying to get down that Techmarine. And they get him. Maybe Lariman's Blessing coming up then from Crysis. Oh, they don't have the red for it. I think it's 125. And yeah, Tactical Marines have to flee. They defended this contested power then. And they have that western VP. They can now fleet up to the central one. Meanwhile, east side, Riku's capping the VP with a Shuriken. Is his scouts being annoying? Yeah. Scouts leading the Eldar on a merry chase to the southeastern corner of the map. Remember when I said the map was big? It should play into Eldar hands though with their webways and stuff. Most of the Switchblade in play for the Warlock. Nice idea on the grenade, couldn't quite hit it. Scouts occupying this army here quite well as double tacks come in. Where's the Force Commander? Oh, Force Commander's going for revives. Chain Sword and Storm Shield. Assault Squad up here for Crysis and Quad Rangers for Professor. Painful. Really painful for the for the scouts as well, especially with shotguns and they can't get close. What is the Warp Spider up to? Warp Spider goes down, trying to face charge into double shotgun scouts, I think. Well, that's one way to deal with it. Assault squad jump into the massive rangers. Could have kept them in play maybe and finessed that a little bit more, maybe with a grenade. Oh, they don't have a grenade. 5 ranger squads for Professor. Who's this? Oh, it's flame attacks, doing their flame attack thing of bashing power. I don't know if Professor's another player under a different name. Probably they are, maybe. Ouch. You really gonna stay here for this bash, fellas? Dropping 2 models and they flee. I guess Crysis was watching somewhere else. Double assault squad here. Trying to put pressure on those rangers, I guess. Riku has the east side nice and red. Chainsword and Storm Shield Force Commander with the awesome range damage defensive buffs. There it is. Using the defend. Giving suppression immunity. And is it 50%? Yeah, 50% resistance to range damage. Here come the Banshees though. Not resistance to power melee. But a shotgun blast helps out. Lots of bolter fire. The Force Commander couldn't use the battle cry there because all the energy was spent on defend. But they dealt with the Banshees. Now they're going to get suppressed though, and the Warlock's in there. Scouts getting around, up to the Shuriken. Grenade. And they take the Shuriken out. An Eldar grenade followed them in. 207 to 488. Double cap for the Eldar. Is Riku going to replace that Shuriken? Maybe not, seeing that the Chainsaw and Storm Shield is up. So double Banshees or something. Or straight tier 2 Wraith Lord. Is it going to be 5 and done? Ouch. More Rangers over there. A Falcon on the field already for Bestie. There's a Razorback on the way for Inekura. Oh, Riku does replace the Guardian Weapon team. I guess it's something to force the usage of the defend. Ouch. 5 Rangers are quite painful, it turns out. I think they were trying to get close enough for grenades and shotgun blasts and stuff. Trying to steal this contested power after they flinged it down. Don't really have an answer to the Falcon in tier 1 though, eh? They got no vengeance rounds. We do have double assault squad for Crysis. I feel like they need to be on the field at the same time to double jump these Rangers. Especially if they start splitting up and stuff. Back to the east side. Force Commander is battle crying. Banshee's just got their Exarch for Riku. She'll have a heavy melee Executioner Spear. Doesn't go after the Razorback though. They turn her attention to the Force Commander. Gonna catch him on retreat and finish him off. They might get it. I assume there's double tax inside this thing. Oh no, they're back here. Inekura now has a Devastator Plasma Cannon on the field. Eldar have lost their Exarch, trying to chase down the Razorback. Razorback doing some good early work here. Now the Warlock's just out of sheer frustration going after the Razorback. Good Destructor. Are you guys becoming Stern Guard? Yeah, you are. Wondering why they were taking a knee there. 140 to 474. Big VP lead for the Eldar. And Assault Squad wipe on retreat. Nice grenade by Bestie. Or Best Noob, I guess. Oh, Inekura just dropped. Oh. I was going to say. Looks like they just lost some tactical marines all of a sudden. It's the Stern Guard that you were just looking at, dumbass. 1-to-1 cap now. 2-to-1 for Space Marines. They have both of the East and West VPs. These Rangers have been horrific to deal with. There's more Rangers on. They're not even bothering with tier 2. Grenade goes in. I was expecting a Razorback from Adila, but I haven't seen it yet. Are they saving for a Dreadnought or something? What is this now? I guess it's more tax from Adila, which is a strange choice, I think, given the amount of Rangers popping off, but I guess the sheer amount of power armor around can just like brute force into the Rangers. They stole the power there. Well done, Crysis. I don't think Crysis will replace the Assault Squad anytime soon. Kicking off on the east side. Force Commander goes down to a grenade. Does have the Sacred Standard up. This is Best Noob helping out Riku on this side with a beautiful flank. Note that the Sacred Standard provides an even greater damage buff when the Force Commander is downed like that. Need to be near him though, of course. Warlock knocks over the Plasma. Oh, they're able to get inside the Razorback though. I think it's going to go down. It's being chased by the Falcon. Down it goes. Triple cap for the Space Marines. But it's not going to last long. And Scouts falling. Inekura's down to Stern Guard and Plasma Devs. And they might not get away because that's all of the grenades they had just chucked in there. I think this guy has narrowly escaped death. Back to the west side. Rangers just operating in this channel here. They're kind of drawing everything into them because they're so annoyed by the Rangers. Did they kill that guy? It looked like they wiped a squad of Rangers there. But there's so many that they've gone off the side of the roster. Does eventually go tier 2, Professor. Got their natural power back here, the Eldar. Falcon now bashing power in the northeast. Techmarine is down, has a missile turret in a pretty strange place. Easily flanked, is going to go down. There is a Wraith Lord in play for Dark Riku. Missile attacks. Stern Guard could use vengeance rounds against the vehicles as well. There's Stern Guard here for Inekura as well, of course. Force Commander buffing everything. Artificer armor on the way. Farseer is down there. Plasma Cannon gets a decent shot. Wraith Lord, though, is now on the tax. Stern Guard doing their thing. Doing some good damage to the Wraith Lord there. Force Commander's persuaded to leave. 132 to 277. It's frantic here. Dreadnought on the way now for Inekura. Crysis has a Razorback. Adila, Adila got Stern Guard veterans up. Really thought they would get a Razorback against all those Rangers, but I guess not. This Scout dies. Just the sheer weight of firepower, they're struggling to stand against it, the Space Marines. We have a Melter-Gun Techmarine here going after the Falcon, but look at the damage they're taking and how quickly they're taking it. Decent Plasma Cannon shot. They are reinforcing off the Falcon, of course. Huge running battle here while the Eldar take the Eastern VP. Looks like the Warlock is down. In fact, all 3 Eldar heroes down. This might be a good time for the Space Marines to push because those heroes are doing a lot of heavy lifting. Here come Banshees fleeting out of the ruins. They found some tacks. They're yelling. Didn't get a suppression though, and they should know no fear is popped on the Stern Guard. Helps them stand up to melee fights better. Force Commander's doing his best in there. They deal with the Banshees quite well. Another decent Plasma Cannon shot. Here's a Dreadnought for Inekura. Starts off as a close combat walker. Can get some good ranged weapons though. Back to the west side, what's going on? Drop pod is being shot down. How many Rangers do we have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think? 9? How many are there? I believe there's 9 on the screen right now. I think. Double cap for Space Marines. Are they starting to turn the corner? Are the massive Rangers starting to fall off finally? It's a Razorback doing a lot of work, I think. Back to the east side. Force Commander is capping. Wraith Lord has a shoulder-mounted shuriken. Doesn't affect its melee abilities, unlike getting a ranged weapon for a Dreadnought would, which removes melee resistance. Bright Lance getting some good shots. Sends the Dreadnought packing. Autark jumping into the Plasma Cannon here. This is Dark Riku's Autark. Sub-Commander for Eldar has some great support and mobility, good weapon options too. I think she starts off with power melee, but now definitely getting power melee with the Executioner. Spear. Plasma Cannon takes the garrison. Autark needs to be careful. So often we see her drop in, do something cool and die, but she is going to get away this time. Spear is in hand as well. Razorback mobbed by Rangers in melee, so they can't move, I guess. Oh, Purification Vials. That'll get them to leave from Crysis there. These guys just hanging out, watching the VP. 2-1 for the Space Marines. And they've made up a lot of VP ground. Tier 3 for Adila. Tier 3 for Bestie. Bestie Noob has been there for a while, I think. They've a bunch of red as well. Tier 3 now for Crysis. Inekura gets some scouts up to repair the Dreadnought. Hellfire rounds doing lots of damage, but there's a heal coming in from the Farseer. Spirit Stones. Farseer needs to be careful here. Grenade goes in. They really stood up to it quite well, actually. I think they all popped emboldened. Now the Autarch in play to tie up that Techmarine. Farseer is fine, I think. Yes, for now. 1-to-1 cap. What is this? This is lots of pressure from Crysis on the blob of Rangers, which has fallen off in terms of effectiveness. I mean, understandably, they got too many. 9 is too many. Need something to do with that Razorback. 116 to 144. Sacred Standard buffing things. It looks like the Stone Guard are close enough to be buffed by, actually. Wraithlord getting swings on that Dreadnought. I think that was a special attack. That wasn't helpful. Grenades. Grenades for the Plasma Cannon. Oh, so close to wiping it. They were beautiful grenades from Bestie. Perfectly placed, it just didn't have the damage. Dreadnought versus Wraithlord. Blessing of the Omnisite is repairing it from the Techmarine, I think. They might both go down here. Down goes the Dreadnought. But there's enough anti-vehicle to take down the Wraithlord. Down it goes. 90 to 144. 2-to-1 for the Eldar. Inekura down to 2 units again. More Rangers for Professor. They are really leaning into this. I mean, if they can catch things outside the Razorback, it's going to die pretty fast. Purification Vials, though. Oh, those guys got caught. Just locked in base here. Grenades as well. Did that wipe a whole squad? It might have. Falcon on the way for Bestie. Tier 3 for Inekura. 2-to-1 for the Space Marines now, although got Guardians on the western side. And something in the mid as well. I think it's going to be a 2-to-1 for the Eldar again. Meanwhile, Tax getting caught. Stone Guard, sorry, getting caught. We now have a Power Fist Force Commander. Okay. Ouch. Going to be a painful Plasma Cannon shot there. Banshee's having to retreat. Autarch having to retreat. And Tax just watching the VP. Are they going to eat a grenade here? No, they're just going to run. West has turned red. The mid is turning red. Falcon to fight the Razorback. A fight that it wins, especially when it can start chasing and get those rear armor shots. There's the 2-to-1 for the Eldar. Double Land Raider Redeemers, though, for the Space Marine team. Tier 3 for Dark Riku. More Rangers for Professor. Have they moved up the field yet? They have. Look at this. An army of snipers. Can they target those scouts, maybe? They can. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That wasn't even all of them firing at once either. Eldar taking their power back. Gotta grab this wreck point as well. These Rangers are idle here. They have more Rangers if they need them. It's an orbital. Oh, they caught stuff on the stairs, you see? It's a good orbital over there. And they knocked them into the other beams perfectly almost. Did any of them wipe though? None of them wiped. They were so close to wiping. Only because they're level 4 did they survive that. 66 to 114 on the VPs. That's what the Rangers can do, just deleting the Techmarine there. And I don't think these guys can stand against it as well, even with and they should know no fear active. And they're all reinforcing off the Falcon that Bestie has provided. If they need to reinforce, that is. Meanwhile, east side, it's blue for the Space Marines. These guys are giving chase though. Autarch gets a little jump. Warlock gets a little jump. Of course, kind of just being ignored so far. What are these guys up to? They're trying to escape. They're trying to go for the garrison, maybe. 66 to 90. They are indeed going for the garrison. The grenade's going to come in though. And crumples them. And they're going to die on retreat. And the Force Commander might die if he's not careful. Back to the west with the ridiculous army of Rangers here. Look how much red they have, Professor. They might get tier 3 just for the nukes. Here's the Land Raider Redeemer of Crysis. Land Raider Redeemer of Adila. Inekura has no units right now, getting a Land Raider Redeemer of their own. And no cap game. There's the time field. I think, yeah, there's Tax just wiped over there as well. Rangers can't do anything against this thing. Frag Assault's going to be satisfying. There it is. But attacks of the Stern God, I think, unable to cap there. Just got brutalized by the Rangers. Falcon's getting 3 shots. Adila's down to just a Land Raider, much like Inekura is going to be. So the Rangers came good again in the very late game. There's cracked shot on these guys. There was a time when Crysis was handling them on that west side, but Professor stuck with it, just kept getting the Rangers. Venerable Dreadnought dropped in by Adila. Gets a good smack. Now going after the right lance over there, charges through. Land Raider goes down. Falcon was enough alongside that bright lance to get it done. Another orbital on the staircase. Is it going to wipe those Rangers? Surely it's going to wipe those Rangers. It's not going to get the bright lance though. Put them all in the same... Oh, it did! It retreated right into it and it got him. Autuck dropping into the VP mid. Down to 24 VPs, the Space Marine team, and they are heavily depleted here. I think the Eldar have it. They're on the west side as well, thanks to some Rangers. Purification Vials is there to purify them, I guess. What even is this thing? I don't know. Is it like poison? Is it acid? What is it? 15 to 79. Down goes a Razorback. The other Land Raider is here. This is Crysis. Inekura now has a Terminator Force Commander and a Land Raider, and that's it. The cannon didn't affect him with the singularity there. And that's a huge amount of fire on those units in cover. Can the Space Marines pull this around? Because Professor's down to 2 units now. Orbital goes in again. But they all jump in the Falcon, and the Falcon's got the shield up, so it's going to be okay. Space Marines are taking the mid. They're going to get a triple cap here, you guys. Who's this? Oh, that's the Apothecary dying. Autuck runs away from the Purification Vials. Crack shot Rangers are going to go for the decap. There's the triple, though. Space Marines have a chance. Unbelievable. I thought they were down and out. Inekura needs to get things on the field here. Get some tax or something, maybe, I'm not sure. Eldritch. Dodged by the Land Raider barely, but it did dodge it. And has that multi-melter as well, so it can damage the Falcon at close range. Right Lance is getting shots though. Shotguns need to do something about that, maybe. Oh, it's a grenade going in. It's a nice grenade, but they're reinforcing as they back off there. Space Marines have it with a triple cap, you guys. Holy crap. The Land Raider's doing work. The Terminator Force Commander doing huge amounts of work as well. I can't believe they got that. The level 6 Techmarine at the end. What a crazy game. Level 6 Apothecary. Level 2 Warp Spider Exarch. Who had that like 9 or 10 Rangers at once. Which in the very end did fall apart. But did some amazing work before that. Best Noobs, Farseer level 7. And a level 5 Warlock. I can't even explain what happened. But it was awesome. Big thanks to these guys for getting us a faction war. Lots of experienced players in this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.